Evening, everyone. We're going to get started. I'd like to call the Hammond Redevelopment Commission meeting to order on this Tuesday, April 1st, 2025. It is now 4:30. The meeting will begin. Can you please stand for a pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence after?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner. Cynthia, can we get a roll call then, please?
Talmadge.
Here.
Kubaki.
Here.
Mosley Shelton.
Here.
Myrick.
Here.
Cockridge.
Here, for the record, all five are present. Number 3, declaration of conflict of interest. Okay, number 4, communications. I think we did get one, right?
I believe we have two. We have one that is expressing interest in redevelopment-owned parcels at 5243 and 5251 Holman Avenue, which is formerly known as the Mercantile Bank Building. So if you'd like to refer that to staff, we will take a look at it. And then next up, we have some mowing invoices from a developer who purchased some HRC parcels. We'll take a look at them, and then by next meeting, we'll give the recommendation on those.
Okay, very good. Thank you on that. Okay, number 5 then is our minutes dating for March 4th, 2025.
Mr. President, if there's no discussion or corrections to the minutes of March 4th, 2025, I'd like to make a motion to approve. Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Talmadge, second by Commissioner Kubaki. That's the minutes dating March 4th, 2025. With no corrections or additions, then roll call, please.
Talmadge.
Yes.
Kubaki.
Yes.
Mosley Shelton.
Yes.
Myrick.
Yes.
Cockridge.
Yes, motion passes 5 yes. Okay, we have number 6, our homebound conditional forgivable loan approval, a Charlotte Hill for 7336 Jarnike.
Good afternoon, Commission. Charlotte Hill is applying for the forgivable loan in the amount of $10,000 to purchase 7336 Jarnike, and she's attending on Zoom.
Yeah, I thought that was her, okay. Can you hear us, Charlotte?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, thank you. No, go ahead, Commissioner.
Just got a couple quick questions for you. How did you hear about the program, Ms. Hill?
I heard about the program through my realtor, actually.
May we ask who your realtor is?
Her name is Rashonda Frazier.
Are you a first-time home buyer?
I am.
You are? That's good. I have no further questions. I have no other questions. Anyone else has any questions for Ms. Hill?
No, thank you, taking the time. All our applicants usually try to come in person, but with technology, with Zoom, this is fine as well. So thank you for taking the time to join us.
Mr.
Thank
President,
you.
I make a motion to approve the homebound conditional forgivable loan for Ms. Charlotte Hill, 7336 Jarnike.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Myrick, second by Commissioner Talmadge. Then roll call, please.
Talmadge.
Yes.
Kubaki.
Yes.
Mosley Shelton.
Yes.
Myrick.
Yes.
Cockridge.
Yes, motion passes 5 yes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Enjoy your new home.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, number 7 is an emergency program commission notification for the record. It's a gentleman named Mark J. Wine at 1658 174th Street.
Yep. Good afternoon, Commission. Again, his sister Diane Brzezicki is here on his behalf to apply for the emergency loan. I'm sorry, the deferred loan in the amount of $5,000.
Okay. This is for a water issue like the Buffalo Box and stuff, I think I was reading.
Yes.
I don't have any questions. Kind of familiar with these problems. You know, they do happen to some homeowners, so.
Yes, Mr. Harper.
May I say something?
Sure.
About the situation?
Yes.
Since you guys are planning and redevelopment, now I'm getting nervous, I'm sorry.
Take your time.
Whenever somebody buys a home in Hammond, on the inspection checklist, a buffalo box should be on that checklist. That needs to be, there's so many homeowners out there that don't have a buffalo box, and that's for your water shut off. My brother, he's owned the house 4 years, so we can't find the buffalo box. So he's in rehab right now, otherwise he'd be here, but this happened in December, so we need to repair the line in order for him to move back home. But just for future, you know, it's, I just can't believe that people can buy a home and that should not be on the inspection sheet. That's all.
Okay.
But it happened to me too personally, so I know.
You know,
Yeah, I do know. That's why I commented.
it's serious.
But yeah, that's a good thing, you know.
Oh, yeah.
We need to look.
I used to work for the city.
Yeah.
I retired from the fire department. First female.
Yeah, I've worked at Hammond Water for 29 years, so
Ah.
did a lot of
Were
that
you
work.
out there?
Yeah, I'm very
Yeah.
familiar.
Ah, yeah.
I did those probably weekly or quite a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
But,
point
yeah.
well taken.
We-
I know what a real estate disclosure list, I don't know if it could be in that when you,
No.
you know, but you're talking about an inspection, so that's something I guess we'll let our staff look into that if that's something that could be
Yeah.
done, but. All right.
With that, Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of the Emergency Program Commission notification for the record for March J1 at 1658 174th.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Myrick, second by Commissioner Tomage. That's the emergency program. Commission notification for the record is for Mark J. Wine at 1658 174th Street in the amount of $5,168.25. Let's have a roll call, please.
Talmadge,
Yes.
Kubaki,
Yes.
Mosley Shelton,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes 5 yes.
Thank you very
you.
much. We couldn't have done
Thank
it
you.
without you guys,
You're welcome.
seriously.
Good luck.
It really
Good luck to
helps
your
us a
brother.
lot.
Thank you for your years' service on the fire department, too.
Thank you.
All right, number 8's an approval of the proposal from Bauer Construction for Hammond Sportsplex HVAC recommissioning. I think we have City Engineer Dean Button.
Thank you, Commissioner, or Mr. President,
Thank
and
you.
Commission, Commissioners, and staff. We, during the course of the expansion of the Sportsplex, we found, and probably should have found much earlier, that the building itself was being overpressurized, that essentially one of the units had the damper open full on. It was bringing too much air into the building, and it was overpressurizing and creating a problem with the roof. And so we've taken remedial action to place some weights on top of the roof to hold it down, and the contractor has set the damper to not open fully to bring in outside air, so it only partially opens. At the advice of the architect for the building, it was suggested that we just recommission all the devices in the building, reset them to their factory settings, go through with the engineer and make sure that it all is working properly, and also to connect the system to the citywide, it's called Building Automation System, or BAS. It's a system that we have at the fire stations, at City Hall, at Public Works, and we monitor those facilities for how equipment's working, or if there's some sort of problem that the unit's not kicking on, then we can take corrective action. So part of this project is to connect the Sportsplex to our system so we can keep an eye on it. At my request, the contractor had installed pressure monitoring in the building so that we can keep track of the pressure. And eventually that'll be tied into our system to where we can get that information directly and know that if it's overpressurizing, because that's the problem. The roof membrane on top inflates and then deflates, and so that's a problem with the building.
Sure.
So we'll have to fix the roof at some point, but this is the corrective action we need to take in advance of that. I want to say it's $28K or something like that. I didn't bring it with me.
Yeah.
So we're asking for your approval to recommission the HVAC units at the Sportsplex. And I'll take any questions.
I don't have any. It's learn something every day, though. Thank you.
Me too, to be honest. Yeah, I'm a road guy, right?
Yeah.
I don't know as much as I probably should about buildings, but Jonathan Parker's
Well,
been really
the
helpful.
pressure, yeah. Hopefully, in the grand scheme of things, the roof, I'm sure, like you said, it might need some attention, but hopefully it doesn't lead into anything huge on the roof.
Well, we've been experiencing leakage from the roof since
Yeah.
early on in the project, and so it's nice that we have somebody that is attentive and is helping us work through those issues.
No, absolutely. It's a big investment there, so
For sure.
let's get it done.
Thank you.
Mr. President, if there's no further questions or discussion, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of the proposal from Bauer Construction for the Hammond Sportsplex HVAC recommissioning.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Kabaki, second by Commissioner Shelton. If there's no further questions or discussion for City Engineer Dean Button, then roll call, please.
Talmadge.
Yes.
Kabaki.
Yes.
Mosley Shelton.
Yes.
Myrick.
Yes.
Oppert.
Yes, motion passes 5 yes.
Thank you. I'm grateful to the commission.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, number 9's Hammond Redevelopment Commission Annual and Overlapping Units Report of 2024 and 2025.
Commissioners, this is an annual report we overlook and see once a year. And tonight we have Daniel Dalton from Senator Dalton to give you a little highlight of the report and answer any questions you have. Daniel.
Good afternoon, Mr. President and board members. Daniel Dalton, like Ann Taylor just said, you've probably seen Carl Sender in the past, so he sent in the number 2 tonight. So this is a quick report. I'll be very brief, but annually the state requires every redevelopment commission to report on the commission members, their employees, the cash balances in each of the funds, and then a listing of all of the parcels within each allocation area. So I would not flip through every single page, but if there are questions at the end, please let me know. So as you can see, as you flip through, there are the commission members, there are the employees and their compensation. Page 5 may be important because this is where we see the actual tax increment generated in 2024 within each of the allocation areas. And again, those both come as a June installment and a December installment, so twice a year we receive tax increment. Moving forward, the next several pages are just a listing of all of the outstanding debt and the obligations that we paid debt service down on in 2024, what's remaining. If you have questions on specifics there, I'm happy to answer. Page 13, you'll see a listing of the fund balances. There are quite a few funds, but that's because we have quite a few allocation areas set out for specific purposes. Now, the other portion of this meeting is to talk about the overlapping units report, which if you keep on flipping and flipping and flipping to page 20, you'll see that the overlapping taxing units, which would be the city, the county, the township, the school, the library and other special taxing districts are invited to this meeting, and they have been invited to this meeting, to hear about the tax impact from these overlapping taxing, or from these allocation areas, the commission's budget for 2025, and then any long-term plans for the allocation area, which are not necessarily easy to determine on any given day. So let's flip to page 23, where you'll see that the commission's 2025 budget is listed. We've projected what we think we'll receive in tax increment in 2025. We've listed out the actual debt service obligations. And then the rest of the expenditures are basically other services and charges that are anticipated or planned for. If you keep moving to Exhibit B, which is page 24 of this report, you'll see this is a listing of all of the tax rates in the county. So this is the county tax rates, township tax rates, city tax rates, everything. We apply the captured assessed value against the net assessed value of the total community's tax or assessed value, and say, what's the total impact if these allocation areas did not exist? Now, this is a tough question, because if these allocation areas did not exist, would any of the previous developments that have occurred have been done? There's this but-for test that you may have heard about in previous conversations, where we have $300 million worth of captured assessed value against sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Basically, this tax impact analysis says, here's our captured assessed value. Apply, if it did not exist, what's the impact to the total, to the typical taxpayer in any other given unit? And that actually concludes my presentation, but if there are specific questions on this tax impact, I'm happy to answer.
No, it's always a report well put together, and like you said, it is annual, so. I think this one's even kind of laid out bigger and bolder too, so I do appreciate that.
A little bit easier to read.
Yes.
And then I did not print out all of the parcels in my packet just for the sake of saving paper, but you probably have a listing of all of the parcels in each allocation area, which is also going to be posted through the Gateway website, which is a state-run website. We will get that handled later this week or early next week. It'd be my recommendation that the commission approve this report, unless there are any other questions.
No, I don't have any at this time. I know number 10, I just spoke to Attorney Weston, was the resolution, which this kind of goes with this, so.
So the first action would be a motion to approve the Hammond Redevelopment Commission annual and overlapping units report of 2024 and 2025.
So moved.
Okay. All right, so then we had a motion that was made by Commissioner Tomich, second by Commissioner Myricks. That's the approval of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission annual overlapping units report for 2024 and 2025. Let's have a roll call then, please.
Tomich,
Yes.
Kubaki,
Yes.
Mosley Shelton,
Yes.
Myricks,
Yes.
Hopper.
Yes, motion passes 5 yes for the report. Okay, then number 10 is where we need the approval resolution number 2025-04, a resolution of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission concerning the 2026 budget year determination for tax increment for Hammond Redevelopment Commission allocation areas.
questions or no further discussions, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of resolution number 2025-04, resolution of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission concerning the 2026 budget year determination of tax increment for the Hammond Redevelopment Commission allocation areas.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Myrick, second by Commissioner Tomage. If there's no further questions or discussion on this resolution, then roll call, please.
Talmadge.
Yes.
Kubaki.
Yes.
Mosley Shelton.
Yes.
Myrick.
Yes.
Hopper.
Yes, motion passes 5 yes. Okay, it brings us to number 11, our bills, register of claims.
Mr. President, if there's no questions or discussion about the bills, I'd like to make a motion to approve the register of claims. The claims beginning with the date 3/11/25 and ending with claims dated 4/1/25, claim number R66947 through R67012 inclusive.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Tomage, second by Commissioner Kubaki. That's the register of claims dated March 11, 2025 through April 1st, 2025, claim R66947 through claim R67012 inclusive. 67012, sorry. If there's no questions for staff, then roll call on the claims.
Talmadge.
Yes.
Kubaki.
Yes.
Mosley Shelton.
Yes.
Myrick.
Yes.
Hopper.
Yes, motion passes 5 yes. Okay, number 12 is our reports. We have Ms. Ann Taylor tonight. Would you like to share anything?
Commissioners actually have no report tonight, but I'll make up for it next time.
We'll
No.
look forward to it.
Yes, nice and long. Thank you.
Well, I think, correct me on the date, I'm not sure, Ann, isn't the
Okay.
Dunkin' Donuts coming up, a ribbon
Oh,
cutting?
the Dunkin' Donut ribbon cutting. Thank you. It's next Tuesday, the 8th, at 11 a.m. at 7935 Indianapolis. They've been there for a little bit, but we have not been able to welcome them to our
Right.
city officially, so we're hopping on over to do that. So if you're free, come on over
All
next
right.
Tuesday at 11.
Thank you. All right, then, number 13, new and unfinished business. I didn't see any items tonight that were
No.
passed out, so. Okay. Number 14 then is public comment. I will open that up now. Public comment is open. Public comment is open. If anybody would like to come forward and speak, you may do so. Okay, then public comment is closed. Public comment is closed. Public comment is closed. Can we get a number 15?
Mr. President, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Can you all signify by aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Meeting is adjourned.